In our last video, we watched the rise and struggles of Stanford's freshman phenom, Armani Ace. He entered the season as one of the most hyped recruits in the country, but the transition to college football was anything but smooth. After a shaky start and some brutal losses, Armani showed flashes of brilliance in games against Syracuse and an FCS opponent, lighting up defenses and proving why he was a 5-star recruit. Still, questions remain. Could Armani lead a struggling Stanford program back to relevance? Or was he just another overhyped prospect crumbling under the pressure of college football's biggest stage? After a humiliating loss to 1-4 Virginia Tech, the Cardinal faithful were restless, and even though Armani put up impressive stats, it wasn't enough to silence the critics. Now sitting at 2-3, the pressure was mounting. With their season hanging by a thread, Stanford traveled to South Bend to face number 13 Notre Dame, and this would be Armani's last chance to prove he wasn't just hype.
Yeah, chase money, chase money. I'm roll running, catch up with me. I stack hundreds, I blow 50s. I'm a fat, give me more chicken. I'm beating the road up, I'm running and ripping. This a lamb truck, I'm shipping.
On the opening drive, Stanford's offense struck first, marching down the field for a touchdown. Armani and the Cardinal offense looked sharper than they had all season, mixing the run and pass to keep Notre Dame's elite defense off balance.
I done spent the night in the studio. It's 11:30. I feel like it's 7. I've been in this break like 36 hours now. Hey, you know, Mick be calling me the golden child. Yeah, that's probably because, you know, call me the golden child anyway. I was built for all this everything. Like, I just, whatever I do, man, good or bad, I just lay down in my bed. I just lay down in my bed. Why Skinner wax if I want them dead, and I'm like, yeah. Them shootouts at high speeds, I made it out, but I ain't lucky. Had to walk home on the off day, see that, cause I ain't tuck it. Jade, I used to call my phone, tell me pop outside, I'm already coming. He was thirsty to pick me up, cause both of us try and score a bucket. There was no one man above the group, we gon' fall together, it. But it's always just that one with the biggest head, Latoya Luggett. Remember Rail turned himself in, we was dropping Acca, 12 and muddy. Fell asleep standing up in front of my mama, she knew I was up to something. Then I dropped out of school to get this money, she knew I was up and coming. Then I walked in the house one day with a Wilt Chamberlin, all hundreds. Since my first 100K, I was focused and kept saving, all hundreds. Everybody telling me do this and do that, and this ain't y'all money. When I was young, I couldn't wait till I grow up and I got my own money. Now I'm grown, I got a son, gotta keep it coming. Soon as I get done, back on the run, I can't sleep for nothing. They give me $1 million to talk, so at least I speak for something. Told them boys I wanna race 100 miles and run it. God forbid it's my time to go, then I'm just gon' keep gunning. I'm just gon' get money. And when I make 200, and my got a bank account with none less than 4.
The result of this was a first half shootout. Armani threw darts all over the field, leading Stanford to 4 touchdowns and a field goal before halftime, taking a 30-21 lead into the break.
Hey, yo, bad play.
Hey, I just went by the watch with a whole lot of diamonds to show out these my time. Took a trip out to Cali to hang with the clips, make a play and get high off that Zaza. I say R.I.P. Kobe, it's so fly when I ball out, around skydive. So much chicken on me, could've went by the Williams, the Rudy's, a big Popeye. In a whole different bracket, this life is immaculate. If you hit me for bows, then you know that I'm taxing. Keep buying clothes, that shit still in the packages. If he say that he robbed me, he capping me. Really no niggas throw sevens like Kaepernick. You not blind and you see that we have.
Stanford came out firing in the second half, scoring 43 more points, including a 1-play touchdown after a Notre Dame turnover. Armani finished the game with a jaw-dropping 624 passing yards, 7 passing touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown. The Cardinals stunned number 13 Notre Dame on the road 73-28, marking the second time this season they scored over 70 points.
Under Marcus Freeman, that Notre Dame has been a double-digit favorite in loss. You go back, you got Stanford, Marshall, and Northern Illinois.
Yep.
And so maybe it's a way that the team is being prepared.
Armani was named both ACC and National Player of the Week, solidifying himself as a serious Heisman contender, but more importantly, shutting up those Stanford critics that were calling for his job. Stanford didn't let up after the Notre Dame game, and in fact, they carried the momentum over the next 2 games in a historical fashion.
Stanford man in the crowd on the floor. Out of town, never saw her before. Told her, baby, we don't got that long. Listen, this not my city show, but I treat it like my city show. 20 more minutes into I'm on. 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 Yeah, I am not slow. Niggas, you want me cause I got the dope. That's that girl right on my friend, give me cold. He passed me her friend, so they switching roles.
The Cardinals went on to dominate SMU and Wake Forest, winning by an average of nearly 50 points and racking up an unbelievable 920 yards of offense per game. Armani shattered records, throwing for 1,412 yards and 18 touchdowns across both games, while adding 225 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns on the ground. In the process, Armani broke the ACC single-game records for passing yards and passing touchdowns, as well as Stanford's single-season passing yards record previously held by Steve Stenstrom. Now above 500, sitting at 5-3, Stanford faced their third-ranked opponent of the season, number 19, NC State. Armani was officially the Heisman frontrunner, but could he live up to the hype, or would he crumble under the new pressure?
But I'm still going crazy. Got me lazy, but I'm still on 8. I turn up soon as I wake up. I say amen with my baby. Not racist, my new come from coast to coast, Iranian. Come from Pakistan. That short say selling sand. We gon' ride on slow and keep bees on me, that's Taliban. She just want a footstep. As soon as they come right in, she just wanna sleep here. I just wanna be her back in. I'm just down in Chrome. I'ma rock out soon as my song start. Be loving me, probably buy that go hard. Top say, if he ain't go that way, we gon' stretch that ball. Hold on, swing that, ain't straight at his, we gon' take that card. I ain't been recording, but I'm still going crazy. Got me lazy, but I'm still on 8. I turn up soon as I wake up, I say amen with my baby.
Stanford opened the game with a balanced attack, surprising everyone with 2 rushing touchdowns after their first passing score. By halftime, they led 42-16 thanks to a versatile offense that kept the Wolfpack defense guessing.
We gon' clear that street, we leave that zone big D. Mama, I'm gon' lead these as long as they ain't reach. No chop shop, Stolos right on my block. YoungBoy leave out handkerchief, Blake is spill.
Armani's longest rushing touchdown of the season was the cherry on top as Stanford cruised to another blowout victory, upsetting their second-ranked opponent of the year. With 3 games left in the season, Armani had already broken the ACC single-season passing touchdown record and was just a few hundred yards shy of the single-season passing yards record. He had also secured Stanford a bowl game berth, but the team had their sights set on something just a little bit bigger. At 6-3, Stanford shifted their sights to the ACC championship game, but their path was anything but easy. They need to win their final 3 games of the season and hope to get some help from other teams, with Clemson, Miami, and North Carolina all ahead of them in the conference standings. Not to mention, Syracuse, sitting just 1 game behind, was also in the mix. Armani wasn't just fighting for a playoff spot, he was fighting for his Heisman moment. Could the freshman phenom continue his record-breaking season, lead his team to an ACC championship, and make history? Well, the road ahead will decide it all.